just can't help but feel like I'm gonna turn into this because I'm never gonna meet someone. And for everybody who's gonna tell me it'll come along when you least expect it, I've been hearing that for like 7 years, okay? I'm so sick of hearing that. There's such a thing as people that just don't find their person and don't get married. So like I'm a realist. And the realist in me is starting to think like that's gonna be me.
What is up, everyone? My name is C. Welcome to the C Talks channel. If you're new, don't forget to like, comment, share, and subscribe. All right, let's get into it. So that was a young woman venting about how hard dating is for her. And yeah, let's get into it. I have to start this off by saying I admire her courage. It takes a lot of courage for you to make a video like that. So props to her. She was feeling a certain way and she was talking about just how hard modern dating is. And she made that video and it went viral. A lot of people reacted to it. I'm reacting to it now. This video makes me think about the paradox of choice in modern dating. So when you have a lot of choices, you're more prone to make a choice that you regret, and you have more difficulty making one choice or making a choice. This comes from, I think it's a jam study where when people had less jam to choose from, I think at a supermarket, they were happier with their choices. It took them less time to make a choice. But when they had a bunch of jams to choose from, they had a hard time making a choice. There was less satisfaction after they made the choice, etc., etc. So having too many choices is a bad thing. And that's what modern dating is. Modern dating is us. And this is perceived because I argue that we really don't have as many choices as we think we do in reality. But modern dating is paradox of choice times 1,000. Get a dating app. Hop on Instagram. Check your Facebook out. How many potential partners do you think you have? A ton. And it's terrible because, who do you choose from? This person talking to me on my Instagram, this person who I'm chatting with on Tinder, this other person who is a friend of mine on Facebook, all romantic interests. Too many choices. I think that more choices is not always better. This is a thought that I had recently. My mom had me when she was 30, and at the age of 40, my dad had me. I'm his second son. Where would I be in another decade or century in terms of would I have a relationship right now? Would I be married? Would I have kids? Probably yes to all three in another century for sure. In the past, in another decade, probably. If I were 46 and not 36, I'd probably have kids by now and be married. Matt Walsh reacted to this same video and he talked about a Pew analysis finding, which was super interesting. So in 2021, and this has to do with people being single and not being partnered up. In a Pew analysis published in 2021, 40% of adults between ages 25 and 54 were unpartnered. So the definition of unpartnered is living without a spouse or girlfriend or boyfriend. That's a 10% increase from 1990. So in 1990, it was 30% of adults 25 to 54 were unpartnered. Now it's 40. I think definitely one contributing factor to this is perceived limitless options. I'll give you guys a bit of my backstory. So I'm 36. In my early 20s, I dated a lot. Being honest, I did have quite a few options, but they weren't really as many as I thought that I had. I'm 36 now and I have way less options, and I'm actually much happier as a person. I don't feel like I need to have a ton of dating options. I don't. Our parents didn't have all these dating options and they did better than us. They stayed together for longer. They had more children. They partnered up more. Because if you think about what dating options were like in the past versus what they are now, it's a whole different game. We think that we have a ton of options when it comes to dating. I don't think that we do. I think that our options are much more limited than we think they are, but they're more limited unless you are uber rich, uber successful, incredibly attractive, an athlete. You don't have a ton of options if you're more on the normal end or more on the average end. We don't have as many options as we think we do, which, let's talk about the paradox of choice. We think we have a ton of options. It's harder to choose an option. And nobody's perfect. I had this conversation. So I take a lot of Ubers. I had this conversation with an Uber driver recently, and we talked about dating and relationships. And we talked about how, and this is one thing that you come to realize much later in life, every single person that you date has pros and cons. They're going to have qualities which you like and which you dislike. That's every single person that you're going to date until the day that you leave this earth, which I hope is a while from now. I wish you long life. But in the meantime, every single person that you come across who you think you can date, they're going to have things that you like and things that you don't like. Every single person, even me, if a woman dates me, I'm going to have qualities she likes and that she doesn't like. That's just the way the world works. That's just the way it is. It's not always greener on the other side. It isn't. Every single person comes with pros and cons. Let's talk about dating options in the past versus dating options in the present. In the past, your dating options were limited to your community, who you knew, friend of a friend of a family member, the girl in your class, the girl at the local small shop near where you lived, etc., etc. You didn't have all these crazy options like we have now, thanks to the internet, Tinder, Instagram, Facebook. We didn't have all these options in the past, and people did better. One thing that I think about also is, due to the perception of having unlimited options, we probably waste way more time in a lifetime dating people than probably any other generation before us. We just spend way too much time considering partners, going out with people, getting to know people than any other generation before us. It's way too time consuming to date, honestly. So let's just talk about for a minute, what are the qualities that we've been taught to look for in potential partners in today's modern age? Looks, beauty, fame, wealth. None of these qualities, which are glamorized in society, help a person be a better partner. They don't. If your partner's beautiful, you don't know if they're going to be a good partner. Your partner's rich, you don't know if they're going to be a good partner. If your partner's famous, you don't know if they're going to be a good partner. Yet these are the things that we look for in partners in today's day and age. Men go for beauty. We all go for the supermodels, the beauty queens, the incredibly attractive women. Women go for wealth, the impresario, the businessman, the famous wealthy doctor with a bunch of locations all over the West. These are the things that we look for in partners. None of them help a person be a better partner. So in a sense, we're going for people who really can't be good partners for us. And maybe we're doing this as a society as a whole. I'm not a big red pill nerd. I really don't care much for red pill. It was a necessary movement during a period of time, but I like to just talk about dating dynamics from my perspective and not go into a bunch of red pill jargon. I know some of it, but maybe this is one of the reasons why women swipe on a certain type of guy, a certain type of man, because of cultural conditioning, because of societal dynamics, because of what they've been trained to look for. The other thing to think about too is you need to work hard to create wealth. A person who is physically attractive and goes to the gym a lot is going to spend a ton of time maintaining their physical attractiveness. It's a truth. So do you think this partner is going to have all the time that you require as their partner? No, they're going to focus on these things. The go-getters are always going to be go-getters. I'm a bit of a go-getter myself. I'm a really hard worker. I'm always getting after it and going for the things that I want in this life. Sometimes I let women know, you're not going to be my all. I don't have all the time to dedicate to you because I'm getting after it. I'm transitioning and I'm a little older now, and I'm more open to the thought of a long-term relationship with a woman, but it has to be the right person. So these are my last 2 cents on this video. I feel for this young woman. It's hard to find a partner in today's day and age. I struggle with dating too. I'll fully admit it. It's hard to find a quality partner with just how messed up modern dating is. What can she do? If I can impart any wisdom on this young woman, it would be surround yourself with quality people, because they might be able to introduce you to a quality person who could in the future be your partner. But modern dating is definitely a mess. Dating apps have messed people up. Social media has messed people up. And we're at a stalemate. A lot of people just aren't dating and they're giving up. And, right, what can you do? Surround yourself with good people is a tip that I would give her. Right? She vented. She got it all out. She let the whole world know what difficulty she was going through. There's also things that I think she can do to try to put herself in the position to meet a quality partner. And I'm going to add one final thing. She said it in this video. There's this saying that goes around that is basically, if you just relax and you go about your life, sooner or later, the right person will come into your life. No, I think you have to actively, and I think it's true, this is modern BS. You have to go out there and try to put yourself in the position to meet a quality partner. You have to do it. It's not going to happen to you in front of your computer screen, and it's not going to happen if you're passive and you're just not making any effort. This goes for both men and women. You have to make an effort. But men tend to take the initiative more because they're traditionally in that role as men. All right. My name is C. Appreciate you guys watching. If you liked this video, you'll also like this other video up on the screen. I'll be back with more videos soon. Peace.